Hello again, Alyssa. So, the main two tools that I am using to evaluate these trig functions are one, the unit circle, so that should be right in front of you while you're doing these. And the second tool I'm using are the sketches of the domains of the inverse trig functions. Those are the ones that I drew on top for you in the last video. So as we do these, we're going to do brief sketches of the domain, which you can do until you're able to remember them on your own. So number 8, we're looking for the arc sine of negative rad 2 over 2. I'm just calling that y. And I've rewritten this as sine y equals negative rad 2 over 2 so that we know that we're looking for an angle. So go ahead and go to your unit circle and find the places on the unit circle, and there will be more than one, where sine is equal to negative rad 2 over 2. There should be two of them. One of them is going to be in quadrant 3, and one of them is going to be in quadrant 4. So the one in quadrant 3 will be 5 pi over 4, and then the one in quadrant 4 will probably be labeled as 7 pi over 4. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to step 2, and we're going to sketch our domain for arc sine. That one is a half circle on the right hand side. So let's go ahead and fill that in. And it goes from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. Once you have your domain sketch, you're going to check both of your answers against this picture and see which one is right. As you can see, we haven't highlighted anything in quadrant 3 over here. So we're going to cross out the answer in quadrant 3, and we're only going to use the answer from quadrant 4. But instead of calling it 7 pi over 4, because that means we would have to go all the way around to get over here, we actually just move backwards, and we're going to call it negative pi over 4. So the arc sine of negative rad 2 over 2 is negative pi over 4. Let's go ahead and do number 10. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this as tangent y is equal to rad 3. And sometimes it makes it easier to rewrite this as a ratio. So this is sine y over cosine y is equal to rad 3 over 1. So you're going to go to your unit circle and find the two places on your unit circle where when you divide sine by cosine, you're going to simplify and get rad 3 over 1. There's going to be two places. One of them is going to be in unit 1, and one of them is going to be in unit 3. Or quadrant 1, I'm sorry. Quadrant 1 and quadrant 3. So in quadrant 1, you're going to see that when you divide sine of pi over 3 by cosine of pi over 3, you're going to get rad 3. So pi over 3 is one of our angles. And the other angle is the same angle but in quadrant 3. So that's going to be 4 pi over 3. So now that we've checked our unit circle, we're going to go ahead and sketch our domain for arc tangent on our picture here. Our domain from arc tangent is actually the exact same as the domain for arc sine, except we just leave off those endpoints. So we do not include negative pi over 2 or pi over 2. We only include everything in between. So it looks like, again, quadrant 3, not even in our domain. So we're going to go ahead and cross that answer off, and we're going to circle this one. So arc tan of rad 3 is pi over 3. Thanks again for your questions, Alyssa, and I look forward to answering more of your questions using SnapMath in the future.